Так, окей, все, мы пошли в лайв. Hello, everybody. We're live, and this is the traditional weekly AMA session with Alex Shedogubov, the co-founder and CEO of Envelop NIFTSY. Envelop NIFTSY is not an NFT marketplace. This is the solution for creating a rapid NFT. Hope you know this fact clearly. So welcome to today's AMA. Let's start by tradition with the news. What main goals important for our audience community and for the Envelop team we have successfully accomplished on this week?
So as for us, we are close to update of our protocol. So it's been downloaded, final tests are done. So soon you will see it, and there will be big announcement about this. So first transactions made there. For us, it's a big step. Also, we are collaborating with Harmony. Also, we applied to a grant from Harmony, and with them also we will hold hackathon in January. Also, we attract other participants to sponsor this hackathon. As for that, and for the grants, also we signed agreement with Swarm. It's decentralized storage of data. We won in their competition, third batch, and we'll be building a solution in collaboration with them. Also, there are good opportunities to participate in their hackathon in spring, and also for a deeper collaboration because they got big audience of projects who works with them. So it will be a good boost for Envelop to dive deeply in other projects and to integrate with them.
Excellent. So dear community, feel free to ask any questions in the live chat. Phil, if you have asked in the Twitter before, we want our marketing team to copy paste your question here. So we've got a question from Ultra Dome. Tell what stage of development now for Envelop? Where is Envelop on its roadmap? That's quite a great question.
So we are moving according to our roadmap. We are now on stage of creation of MVP of Oracle. It's been developed now. Also, we got updates of protocol, beta version of protocol. So we are moving straight with our roadmap. Also, we could move even faster, but there are our partners who also ask for different features to be added in protocol, or that's the case, I think, is our priority.
Guys, I'm sorry for a bit technical delays because Alexander is on the other side of planet. Okay, do you hear me? You hear me well? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So the question from Tony Black, we got no more, not for a big amount of questions today, but we have them. Tony Black has keep waiting for updates. Let's Alex remind our audience what major core updates Envelop will show in the upcoming, let's say, next couple of months. Besides hackathon, that's a technical element. So updates for customers, important for customers.
So for customers, there will be added possibilities to work with in our D app, not only with 721 form, but 1155. There will be possibility to put inside collateral not only ERC20 tokens, but as well other NFTs, never mind it's 721 or 1155 format. Also, we'll apply functionality like multi-royalties. It means that you can split up royalties, not only just for one address like now, but just several addresses for that. And if we say not just about B2C, it will be already our non-pledge rental mechanics, which now are implemented into several game projects. And also in these games, there will be a function like multi-royalty, but it will be used to divide prizes for prize distribution when there's a player, an owner, and the game itself. So we need to divide these prize funds between them automatically and decentralized way. So our solution will fit for it.
Well, Adam Walker asked the question you were answering on the yesterday's AMA session with Caps Coin about long-term goals, long-term plans of Envelop NIFTSY. Let's remind our audience, what are the long-term plans of Envelop NIFTSY like? We do see these.
So we are focusing on economics mainly, working with liquidity, especially cross-chain transfer of liquidity, tokenization of payment channels, also well known as roll-ups and cross-chain mechanics with them, moving straight to creation of decentralized secure derivatives. So we know it's to be the biggest market in the world. So we want to take the part in it with our concept of secure decentralized derivatives. And I think it would be popular with audience if we say about long-term plans. And during all this time, we'll be implementing our protocol, Oracle, into projects. So mainly now it's gamify projects, metaverse projects. So we now are in process of creation with our partners a good advertising case for metaverses and games. I think it will be also one of the biggest markets in upcoming years in metaverse. So here are our plans.
Okay, 600 viewers are watching us right now. Thank you very much, community. We'll love to make weekly AMA session because that's a great chance and great opportunity to see what are you concerned about, what serves you regarding Envelop. And if you are putting a time into watching our AMA session live, that means for us that this is an important thing for you, community, and we love it and we appreciate it. So we're going for the great questions we have today. So Mr. Collins asks again, tell me more about your wrapping technology, how wrapping of NFTs works. This is the very often asked question, and this is a very important question. How work? What does it mean? Wrap NFT or wrap an NFT? How this works?
So we can say it in simple words, like our CTO described first time to the dev team what's the concept. So he described it in like an envelope. We got an envelope where you could put different money, banknotes, and so on. So our wrapped NFT is like this envelope where you can put your original NFT and different assets with it and close it, wrap it. So here you got the kind of wrapped NFT containing original NFT and different assets. Also, you can combine it with settings on transactional value, royalties, and different locks on time and value as well.
Excellent. By going further, Master DeFi asks, brilliant question. I love it. Are you multi-chain or cross-chain? Alex, let's remind the main difference between the terms multi-chain and cross-chain, and let's show is Envelop multi-chain solution or cross-chain solution. That's very important to me.
We are moving to be cross-chain, but at current moment we are multi-chain. So we are launched on Ethereum, Avalanche, Polygon, and Binance Smart Chain, but we cannot transfer liquidity according to our mechanism of wrapping this liquidity using mechanics. According to our roadmap, it will be delivered later. But we are to be cross-chain, but now only multi-chain parallel tokens and protocols on different chains launched.
So Kibber King asks, how do you see the future of DAO, guys? So for me, I see it extremely brilliant, but let's ask Sasha, how does he see the future of DAO, decentralized autonomous organization? Let's remind that NIFTSY Envelop is not only an NFT solution, this solution on the DAO based on that. DAO, Super DAO, Envelop, and micro-DAO, token Oracle, and some Sasha. How do you see the future of DAOs regarding Envelop and in general?
I absolutely agree with you that it's definitely brilliant because in a new decentralized world, especially metaverses, there needs to be some entities, not like physical entities, but like LLCs in traditional world, and any project can create a DAO, and also they need to communicate with each other. So here we are working on our Oracle, which could be a good tool for them to get scorings for each other, to make deals much faster, easier, and to prevent any scams and frauds. So I see that there will be, could be a kind of a new hype, maybe in terms of 1 year, and we see it as the metaverse become development. And as for us, we see much more interest for DAOs from our partners, and we are partnering with companies who are in essence DAOs as well. And many others are from traditional world are asking what is DAO, how to create it, was the main key points and benefits of it. So it's really scope of interest.
Yeah. So guys, DAO is going to be the next hype of 2022, as DeFi did, for example, in 2020, or NFT did in 2021. So you are on the right way. So follow the DAO Envelop, follow the micro-DAOs Envelop, join DAOs. DAOs, we are going to be the future of organizations in the virtual assets world. We're going further. Old Man Winter asks, any great events or news planned? So Sasha has already answered about the hackathon we've been playing with Harmony in January. And news, he's already answered about news. Just rewatch these AMA from the beginning. Well, Cowboy asks, who can participate as an investor for the DAO? The great question, who can participate as an investor for the DAO? He means DAO Envelop. So
anyone who wants to contribute to the DAO can participate in micro-DAOs. So we are close now to invent first case of micro-DAO, when in general users and owners of the NIFTSY token can stake their token, thus voting for this micro-DAO to be created. So they will share also spend part, and as well afterwards they will receive incomes from this micro-DAO, because with every partner we work on a revenue sharing model, mainly transactionally. So this is the way how to participate in it. And of course, if you don't have tokens, you can participate in community, in bounty. You can offer ideas and make different useful things for Envelop in social medias as well.
Okay, we're going for the crash override. Asks Alex, what about farming? Why it is needed for wrapping technology? Well, how farming may be united? Why it is
I would maybe rephrase it, because wrapping technology is needed for farming. Because at current stage of farming, you stake tokens to farm other tokens, and thus you lock your liquidity. You cannot take it out at any moment when you even need this liquidity. In some projects you can, but there are some penalties and so on often. Due to wrapping mechanics, you stake your tokens, you get back wrapped NFT, which stands for as your right for your token staked, and also it gives you right to receive API income. So you can use this wrapped NFT as an asset. You can resell it on secondary market in case, for example, when you need liquidity. And also it will stand as for your tokens and for future income. So you can resell it even more expensive. So as for our project, we see that farming will not be endless, so it will be limited by users. And so the first users could be kind of resellers of their queue for farming to others who were late. That's so it gives you much more flexibility and freedom for your finances, this wrap mechanics.
Nickname Master asks, do you have plans for expanding on local markets? That's a great question. We've been answering them, and let's repeat what local communities are in plans of development of Envelop.
Now we are, as you know, focusing on Asian and European market mainly. I see the next big move for maybe for 2022 about expanding into South American market, because we see that it's now developing also faster and there are big communities interested in cryptocurrencies. So Spanish token, Portuguese token community also could be our priority in community building next year.
Great question from Jack. Jack, are you so Matt, as you're written? Explain, please, how utility function works in your case. What is the utility of NIFTSY token? Maybe he does.
If we start from essence, it can be used in our protocol to be chosen like an asset which is put inside collaterals and paid as a royalty. It's kind of a first utility was invented by us. Secondly, it can be used in micro-DAOs. When you want to participate in micro-DAO, you stake NIFTSY token, thus you can get income from that. Also, NIFTSY token can be used in upgraded and functions of Oracle when you just don't get information, but you get analyzed data. So for that also will be used a NIFTSY token to pay for it or to get it in with a better pricing than if paying in other currencies. And it also will be used when we have the whole product, protocol, Oracle, and index accomplished. So there will be used a NIFTSY token to get a kind of pro functions from it. So there will be some, or it will just give better pricing for using these three main core parts of our product.
I'll switch asks, how does your business model work? The excellent question. How Envelop earns or plans to earn money? I'd like to say that we earned first money. It was a great day for us with a lot of projects. So we are working with partners on a revenue sharing model, a kind of that, or fixed pricing. So we got 7 main points to build payment from partners, and they can choose what better fits for them. For example, for someone it's great for one-time payment when they got to be reps several thousands of NFTs. For others, it's good as for games transactional pricing when our protocol participates in wrapping game NFTs or renting these NFTs or royalty distributions, not only game, but any project who participates there could be transactional. So it's up to each partner, but the main key is that it's revenue sharing. It's could be combined with the obligation of staking our tokens, so buying from the market our tokens. So there are many options. Well, Mr. BTC or Bitcoin asks, may technology be used for fundraising? May we fundraise using wrapping NFTs with Envelop?
Yeah, surely. So we tried it on ourselves first. Before our IDO, we got pre-IDO on our launchpad through our wrapped NFTs. So these wrapped NFTs are kind of tokens with built-in vesting period. So we sold them to our community. There were vestings for 6, 12, 18, and 2 years month. And the more vesting was, the more tokens inside of these NFTs were. So any other project who want to execute such mechanic can use our launchpad. We can create for them a separate page where they can download their wrapped tokens with vestings. We'll have them to build it. Also, we are communicating with our partners who want also to execute this mechanic. So closer to end of December, there will be announced our partner who is to create it on our launchpad. And also, I should say that we were holding our own idea on ScaleSwap, and ScaleSwap was enjoyed our idea of wrapping NFTs and selling them. So they are now in process of integration of our protocol in their platform. So it's definitely can be used, and it was used, and it will be used multiple times for fundraising. And I should also mention that our co-partner and co-investor, one of and well-known Animoca Brands also use this technology to get our tokens. We transfer them inside wrapped NFTs with different vestings. So these guys were one of the first to adopt it. So it's also a good use case for any VCs, for example, as previously I described in farming mechanic. This is a good thing when you don't lock your liquidity. Anytime you can resell your wrapped NFT containing different tokens. For a crypto fund, it could be great when they maybe lack of liquidity and need cash to buy to come into a more prosperous project. On their view, they can sell these wrapped NFTs to any other without any obligations of signing different documents and spending time, and just a simple transfer of this wrapped NFT and getting back in the liquidity for any other purposes. So this is the way.
Mr. X asks, any strategies for working with launchpads? He means external launchpad, not internal launchpad, but as Sasha has already said in previous answer. So this is the question, Alex. Any strategies for working with launchpads? External launchpads?
Yeah, we are communicating with not only Scaleswap, but there was interest from 2 more launchpads. So we just offering them this idea, but I think it's as usual because it's questionable for them till the time that first of them implements it. It's like with VCs, for example, when we started fundraising, it was very hard, but when we onboarded WaterDrip, it was much easier to onboard any other investor, so it was a fast move. So here I think it will be the same when Scaleswap showed this mechanic, how it's useful, how it's users benefit from it, and maybe we can create a kind of launchpad not only for B2Cs but for VCs as well as for seed rounds. A kind of idea, if anybody has the idea to build a launchpad for startups to connect them with VCs and automate this process. One nice thing will be to make it on wrapped NFT mechanics, because for VCs it's a kind of reduction of their risks, because these wrapped NFTs are liquid, not like freeze token on smart contract, and there will be a certain obligation for startup to transfer tokens to them in wrapped NFTs, not just to promise it in future. So it's main directions about working with launchpads.
Phil Brodkin asks, are you still open for external investment, or you are satisfied with existing investment and you don't accept monies anymore?
So we are satisfied with the current investment we got. So it is enough to execute our roadmap, especially because we plan to earn funds ourselves, not only counting on investors funds, on big partner who's strategic partner for our company, who can give our great boost to integrate with their products, and their name on our board will be like a good sign, like Animoca Brands gave us a good boost. These guys could double it or triple it. So this, we are not fundraising, but when we receive such an offer from a well-known company who can definitely give a great value for the project, we want to take off these ideas, because for us development and integration is the priority, and the faster we move, the more successful we will be in short term and long term as well.
Eurotrading asks, what about Animoca Brands? Will be some integration? It has already been Eurotrading, but Alex will explain the results and details of Animoca, perhaps one of the brilliant integrations of Envelop's life.
So we are now in process of integration with Limpo. We got different scenarios. It's a minting platform also who's Animoca Brands. With their side project, if I remember right, it's Late Runner. It's kind of a game project. Also, all our game mechanics we described there can be implemented there. We got a kind of first communications with the referencing to give the ideas about what we can give to them. So, but guys are real busy, so for them, their roadmap is in priority, and integration of new things is kind of additional and their resources needed, but I think also will be there. And also Bondly, as you know, we are communicating with them about launchpads to integrate it, and also the guys are creating their blockchain game. We also negotiate with them about implementation of our protocol and side game mechanics, so wrappings, royalties distribution, rentals, and so on. So this is the main picture of how we are integrating with Animoca at current stage. So I should mention that it passed months and a half when they entered our project. So I think that's rather good results for such short term.
All right, that asks, guys, when wrapping NFTs will be available on site? Is it not available on site yet, Alex? Or
on website?
Yes.
So it's available there for about 3 months. I remember. So you just type app.envelop.is, and you will be transferred to our wrapping tool. And then when you choose the blockchain, you will be able to put in the number of smart contract of NFT you want to wrap and its ID, and then go straight, so like according to our instruction, and wrap it.
Okay, we've almost come to the end. A couple of questions. Finally, WaxMax asks the brilliant question. Please share some micro-DAO cases. Nobody had ever asked about micro-DAOs before. That's a great question, Alex. Micro-DAO cases.
So the first case, it's in the process of implement. We got partners who are ready to implement this case. It will be about advertising in metaverses and games. So we are now discussing with them how to execute it like a micro-DAO, because for a new partner, it's also a new thing. But for them, the DAO concept is very interesting. So I think they are main candidates to be the first micro-DAO in Envelop Super DAO.
Well, yes. And the last question from Lady Vlada Romanova asks, how do you choose projects for Envelop Protocol DAO? I'm not exactly understanding the question. If you do understand, Alex, how do you choose projects for Envelop Protocol DAO? What does it mean? We choose them according to their products, if they are really realized. So we just made a kind of fact check. If you mention about adding tokens inside protocol that can be put inside collaterals and paid as royalties, we have whitelist for these tokens now. There are not so much tokens, because it's important to filter these tokens and use only checked ones, because if we let anybody to use their token inside protocol, there's possible problem when we can get some harmful token inside, and it can damage the protocol and liquidity inside it. So we just checking the protocols or products before letting their tokens to be in. Or as for some cases, we just initiate new instances of protocols, for example, for some side cases for events, as it was when we didn't have time to check all their partners who will drop their tokens inside wrapped NFTs. We just created a different instance, and it was on the fully on the part of our colleagues who was creating this event, and this was kind of separated from our main protocol, and we won't harm it anyway. So it's our main criteria. Well, ladies and gentlemen, dear community, we have successfully completed answering all your questions. Thank you for your question on live chat on Twitter. So, Alex, do we have to add something in the end? Any statements, any call to actions, any advices and recommendations, or we'll leave out?
So I'd like to add that you're welcome to test and wrap your NFTs. try new functionalities. Really glad that you are diving more deeply into our product, especially micro-DAOs concept. It's really glad to today were 2 questions about it. So just use it and find new ways to benefit from it, especially if you are creators. So you can create smart mechanics for your own artworks and get royalties from whenever the NFTs will be sold, and only you can choose the percentage and the time for royalties to be received. So,
well, guys, and for staying tuned with Envelop News and Envelop's Live, and you are part of Envelop's Live, please subscribe on our YouTube channel, hit the bell button for not missing the future videos. We are delivering content on a weekly basis, 3 pieces of content. The podcast, we release podcasts every week about DAOs, especially we release AMA with our partners, and you may find all the AMA with Envelop NIFTSY partners and see how they value Envelop solution on the playlist on the YouTube channel. And of course, weekly AMA session for wrapping, not NFT, but the week, all we've done on the week. So stay tuned, follow our Twitter Envelop Line project, and join our Telegram chat. More than 30,000, note please, 30,000 people are already in our Telegram chat. Thanks for our community marketing team. Thank you very much for listening and watching. Alex Shedogubov, co-founder and CEO of NIFTSY, Envelop, and me, Eugene Krippamsi, at the media host of Envelop NIFTSY. Stay tuned for next AMA sessions. Bye-bye. Have a nice holidays.
See you guys. Thank you. Bye.
Все отлично. Спасибо. Хорошо, спокойно.